as you can see, I've completed new bushings for this. So basically what I did is I got this, which is just a nylon type of rod, 25mm in diameter, and then I basically made inserts in there. I turned them on my lathe, turned the outside down so it would fit into the hole, and I would drill a 15.5mm hole through the center. These pins were at 16 mils. I think they were about 16. They were quite rusted up. So turning it down to 15.5, I think it was about 15.3. I turned it down, it cleaned them up nicely, and as you can see, they actually work perfectly, no free play whatsoever. Put grease in there with it. It doesn't really need, because the properties of nylon will allow it to work quite fine. But the grease is there just for extra lubrication, and so also so that the pin doesn't actually rust again. It gives a bit of protection. So I'm very happy with the way it came out, like I said. There I've got all the linkages together. No free play whatsoever. It's actually very happy with how it's all turned out. So progress is going good. Got the front yokes back on, shocks on, handlebars on, greased up all the bearings in the yoke. Next step will be to put it on its wheels. Wheels are back on. Put on the brake lever and the side stands. It's looking good. Right, so there we got the complete motor all back together. It's just lying on its side at the moment. So let's put it in there. Motor's back in, as you can see. Next step will be to connect clutch lever, brake lever, accelerator, brake caliper, all the wiring that needs to go in, airbox, carburetor, so forth. Brakes are on, clutch is on. Clutch works nice and smoothly. I've been busy with the wiring over here. Put the dash cluster on. Handlebar switches, accelerator. Other side I've got the switches on too. Obviously I haven't put the grip on yet. Again, I've got quite a bit of the electrics in now. I've pulled the maiden cables through. As you can see, they're running there. CDI is located over here. So all the main cables. I've got the coil pack in. The flasher unit. Yeah. Mounted the kickstart on. This bike's got both electric and kickstart. So yes, the next step will be I need to mount the carburetor in here, and then the airbox comes from behind. I actually unfortunately have to remove the wheel to get the airbox in there. And then I need to get the exhaust done. Right, so I've got the header pipe back on, the exhaust. Over there is the header pipe. I've cleaned the carburetor, put it back on. The next thing, I'm going to put oil in it. It's quite an awkward place to put in, so I'll put oil in it. Once I've got oil in, we will then check and see, do we have spark, so that we can attempt to start it. Right, we've got oil in, so let's see if we can get some spark. Let's see if we can see that. Turn the ignition on, and lovely, perfect, lots of spark. Right, let's put the spark plug in. So I will screw the spark plug in. We'll rig up a little container for fuel, and let's see if this bike will start. First time in many years. Right, so I got my fuel, source of fuel. Spark plugs in. Let's turn it on. And you can see the fuel running through. It's a bit green because it's got a little bit of two-stroke in it. Let's see if it starts. One kick. Pretty much complete the bike now from the last where you saw me starting it. Got all the covers back on. I'm about to test it with the exhaust on. All the wiring's done, lights are on. I still need to get a battery for the bike. I'll do that sometime, and then obviously, as you see, I still need the sprockets. I've got a chain, I just need the sprockets. So once I've got that, then I'll be able to give the bike a good test. There's a crash bar that comes in the handlebars, and another carrier that comes in the front. I've left them out, and then there's a small crash bar that goes down to the bottom of the motor. I still need to put that on. Right, I'm going to start it with the exhaust on, and we hear what it sounds like now. can straight away hear the header pipe is blowing. I forgot to put a gasket in there, so let me do that. Take 2. Let's try it again. Header gaskets in there. Let's see if it's quieter. There we go, a lot more quiet. Bike smokes a bit, but that might just be due to me having put new rings in it. Well, I've pretty much completed the bike now, so I've put the front rack on, carrier down there, I've got a mud flap down at the bottom, handlebars, crash bars. I mounted a bag in the back there for whatever reasons that would be. Yeah, so the bike's pretty much done. I've taken it for 1 or 2 rides. It rides very nicely. No more smoking, nothing. It's all nice. It's run in nicely, so that's all done. I must get a battery for it, which I'll be doing a little bit later today. And I've decided I'm going to put the bike up for sale. I'm not really going to keep it and ride it around, so yeah, I'll be putting it up for sale. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the little video, me putting this bike back together. So thumbs up, share and a like, I'd appreciate it. And look out for my next 2 videos, which I'll be bringing out sometime, about some new collection of bikes I've picked up. Some exciting vintage Honda bikes, very scarce. Anyway, cheers.